13th Age, Heroes on the Edge of Desolation. I am JM, the GM of this 13th Age game, and this is our group of heroes for tonight. When we last left our group off, they had descended into the bowels of Sefan Castle, and after very cleverly dealing with a large group of elemental-themed threats, managed to depower the ritual that was going on. And when they reached the bottom, they found themselves at the edge of a small balcony overlooking a lava-filled cavern. And in the center of this cavern, there's an island where a ritual is going on. Now, you do not know what the effects of the ritual are, nor do you know what your depowering has done. But you did see a group of 6 mages engaged in this ritual, and 2 other figures that just kind of stood silently at the edge of the lava flow, not really discussing what they were doing. So, what I would like to know is first, let's roll for icon relationships, and then we'll get into your plan.
Thanks.
Colin, what'd you get?
I got a 6 with the double off.
Can I borrow your D6? Sorry, I like this not so much.
I got a 6 with the Wanderer.
I got 2 5s with the Rivner.
With the Rivner. Ooh.
I got 5 and 6.
With who?
5 for the Spell Queen and 6 with Red Alchemist.
Did you roll 2 for the Red Alchemist?
No, I didn't.
Roll another one for the Red Alchemist.
5 with the Spell Queen, 6 with the Red Alchemist?
Yeah, well, if I rolled 2, should that be for the Red Alchemist then?
Sure.
Okay, 5 and 6 for the Red Alchemist, and then nothing for this one. Shoot, Christmas. Dang it. Thank you.
Alright. So, there you stand on the edge of the balcony. Listen, just maybe wise, better at randomly generated numbers than you are.
No, I just rolled 3 6s. It's fine.
Oh, you're using up all of your good rolls.
I know.
Yeah,
that's how that
don't
works.
Do that.
That's how math works.
That's how probability works.
Probability is math.
That is probably true.
In honor of our good friend John. Probably!
Yay. Anyway.
So, what is your plan as you stand there? Oh, yeah. What is your plan?
Would you like to share something else?
Not just yet.
Okay, so there's 6 mages.
Yes,
One
and
of them is
per the rules, I must inform you that these guys here on the outer edge of the ring are mooks.
Ooh, okay. Cool.
What about the 2 in the background?
They're definitely not mooks.
Okay, cool.
They are.
Yeah, what's the difference?
Mooks are
between
killable.
them?
So mooks are those ones where if you do damage, it spills over to the rest of the group, so you end up killing multiple of them in a single hit.
That's pretty cool.
Yes. So there are 3 non-mooks, and the rest of them are definitely have a mookie scent to them.
I can definitely smell them.
That's right.
It's my panther instincts.
That's right.
Well,
They smell tasty.
we're currently
Yeah, I bet they don't.
not seen. I don't know that I want this ritual to keep going.
We could all just secretly fire some sort of distance attack.
Some of us don't have distance attack. That's
Throw
not...
a
You can
rock.
yell.
You.
I was gonna say throw a rock.
You can yell, "Distance attack!" like yelling sneak attack. It makes it more
Right.
effective.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Can we hear what is being said or understand it?
Over the roar of the lava, it will be very difficult for you to hear that, but you can go ahead and give me a wisdom plus level plus background in here.
How about assassin? We
Yeah,
need
I
to
feel like
hear
that's
the
fair.
whispers.
Yeah. Of the souls as they escape your victim's bodies.
16 plays.
No, that would be me.
9
Oh, wait, that's you.
plays.
Yeah.
23.
Nice.
23. You cannot make out the words, but you definitely recognize the language as that of the Drouch.
It's not good.
So should we just start killing them?
Probably.
Okay.
You look so excited.
She got it. She got the token she wanted.
No, actually, I'm just excited about it.
All right.
should we go for some distance stuff before we jump in, or are we
Are these
jumping
people
in?
nearby?
So, basically, the dividing line between nearby and far away is when it switches from lava to cavern. So they are far away right now.
But they don't see us.
Right. Actually, it's on top of the balcony down to the lava flow. So once you descend from the balcony, you will be nearby.
So I'm going to jump over the railing.
Can I shoot at
Can
them
you
first?
do it very silently?
I would like you to shoot at them first.
Okay.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to need initiative rolls from you.
Anyone else who can shoot.
And anyone else who can... Well, I mean, everybody needs to do the initiative rolls.
Right, but you shoot first and then...
Ask questions later.
I want to talk to... I want to ask Trip her ideas. What?
That's what she says to you.
Well, yeah. That doesn't...
She's like, where is Darul?
Right. I don't know. I haven't seen him since... That's his hammer. Did he get taken and we didn't notice? Uh-huh. Okay. I mean...
You see her kind of reach out and grab a thread, and she gives it a yank, and she disappears.
Yeah. So...
Her varling with you is like, the black nails!
Okay. Yeah, black nails. So, fun times. Trip went to find Darul.
Oh. That's good.
Good.
I kind of
Good
forgot
thing
that
they
he
left.
wasn't with us. But that's his hammer.
The person who is
Yeah,
chanting,
already.
you can see they are raising the hammer up at this point. You can
This will be
see
strike 6.
wind kind of moving around and like little motes of lava coming and flying up and gathering around the hammer. And it looks like they're starting to bring it
Shoot
down.
him.
Yeah.
All right, initiative, what'd you get?
17.
17 for Miles. Vave, what'd you get?
16.
17.
Wait, why?
Level? Do you add your level?
You do add your level.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
level
so-
plus dex plus
plus
d20
dex.
roll.
I forgot about that. I got a 21.
19.
Oh. 19 for Vave. 21 Miles. Why? What'd you get on initiative?
12?
Plus level, plus dex.
Okay.
You do have a lot to dig through.
Level
Chaos
plus
mage.
5. Wait.
That's right, Chaos Mage.
So this number.
Oh. So 15.
All right, and Colin.
9.
Good.
So, no?
Oh.
It's okay. It's fine.
All
It's
right.
fine. You wanted to go first because you guys are the long range.
So here's the thing:
anyway.
you guys will all get to take an action, one action, before initiative starts.
Cool.
So what is it that you wish to do?
Do we want to take out the mooks first, or do we want to go for the big guy?
Shoot the big guy to interrupt the ritual.
Alright, that's fair.
I just want to go down so I'm like nearby the people.
Okay. So you and are you coming down to like where do you want to be?
Yeah, just right there.
Sparky. All right.
Leading the way.
I'm definitely going to stay up top.
I want him to shoot first, and after he shoots, I will leap over and...
All right, give me a strength plus background plus level check.
Assassin.
Mm.
No, that's not good.
I'm pretty sure I'm not going to hit him.
It's
Again.
guys, come on.
Alright.
It's a kid from
I
angle.
am hitting with 14?
You're not hitting anything with 14. So you do miss damage. Why did you?
I was too far away.
But did you then, like, skim off an arm or...
Yeah,
Oh.
because you don't actually you only truly miss on a 1. That's why you do your miss damage.
It's same reason. So I missed because I was too far away, but I just nicked his shoulder.
All right. I feel like there is a Spaceballs quote in here. So it crosses and it's not up it. But anyway, what did you get?
10.
Yeah, you definitely hit the ground
Ow.
for 4 points of damage.
Jeez.
Ow. It's fine.
All right. Why? What are you doing?
Okay, so I'm going to you know, I've been doing this for a long time, and
Yes.
I've been trying to play this out. What do you guys want me to do?
Hit hard.
What
Okay,
did
are you guys
draw?
down there by now?
Yeah.
What-
Everybody but
Miles.
has moved down onto the lava flow.
I don't really think you should get involved.
I should probably move down there, but
You,
I'll do
you
that.
don't
You're
think I should get in?
well,
I don't know that you should really
oh,
be
can you only?
up
You can move or attack.
in
Oh, okay.
I'll give you one.
everything.
Wait, why didn't you just attack from a distance?
Because all of my stuff is nearby.
Uh-huh.
So we can only get down
Mhm.
with the...
I feel like I'm
Are we
being
nearby
wrecked,
then?
even though I'm far away.
If you're down, you are then
Hmm?
nearby. Yes.
They're just gonna attack me anyways because I'm far away.
Am I close to anybody, or are they far away?
They are far away right now.
If you go down the stairs, you can get nearby, but...
You'll be nearby at the start of the next in initiative. So you basically either can attack or move right now before the round starts. It's the surprise
But
round.
they're not nearby, so I can't use any of those
Yeah.
spells.
Not yet.
But at the top of the round, which will happen very soon, like
Yeah.
they're not going to take any actions depending on.
All
your
right,
initiative.
let me just run down there.
All right, are you going behind Colin? All right, that seems like a good call. All right,
What can I say?
it will now go Miles, and then the guys way back here, and then they, then Y. So,
Oh,
And
shoot.
then everyone else.
and then
Um,
like the rest of the keep.
All right. Well, again, I
And
am
then
going
Colin.
to try and attack. Ooh, should I go for the mooks now? I feel
You
like.
do you, boo.
Oh man, or
Famous
it's
last
just
words.
gonna resurrect them. All right, I'm gonna kill the guy in the center because
All right,
that's maybe our best option. Ooh, and a 24.
that'll hit.
Nice. All right. I haven't used this weapon before. D6.
Ooh.
Nice
I did,
They're unaware of you, so you still get sneak attack dice.
but can't you only use sneak attack if you're nearby?
No, you can use it on any attack.
Oh, definitely gonna add some sneak attack to that then. I want to use sneak attack, but are you sure I'm actually allowed to use that?
Double check.
I feel bad asking because I
So
want to do
honorable.
extra damage,
We
but
are like the super honest.
You guys are like super honest cherry group. Murder
someone
group?
else has to be engaged with, or they have to be engaged with one of my allies.
Oh, okay. Then you do not get sneak attack.
Yeah.
So what's the damage that you do?
Sorry.
Do you want me to engage?
I do still do 6 points. Six,
For sneak attack.
6 points of damage.
Why would? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So here's what you see briefly before the bolt hits this person. There's a shimmering of energy, and the bolt seemingly splits in two,
No.
and the bolt hits each of those guys.
They're shield guardians.
Kill them.
All right.
My ankle's broken, but I got it.
They come charging up. One comes running up to you,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fast.
and one comes running up to
Yep.
Everything's nearby at that point, though.
Sparky. I mean, it doesn't scream Sparky.
It's more like without the tongue action, because that's not there either.
I mean...
Okay.
All right. Does a 20 hit Sparky?
I'm so ready.
Yes.
10 points of
Okay.
damage.
Is he dead?
Oh,
No, not yet.
Does a
No,
15
that
hit you?
He took 10
Oh,
points of
dang.
damage.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And then I'm just
This is why I'm in front.
Babe, you are up. You and Sparky.
I feel like she should have a theme song.
I feel like he should have a theme song, and that his face should definitely be on like an iconic T-shirt.
100%.
I was gonna
Just
say,
like,
his face might be our like mascot.
I'd be down for that.
For the
Okay.
black nails.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try to use Death's Gauntlet on this guy.
All
Wait.
right.
he's being shielded by the other two. You should probably go for the other guys first.
No,
He's being
do it.
shielded.
Do it.
I believe in you, babe.
Okay. We're just gonna go for it.
What'd you get?
22.
Versus.
PD.
Yep, that'll hit.
Nice.
It's ongoing damage, yes?
Ongoing. Yes, ongoing.
All right. So
Right.
what you do see is out of the hammer, all of the elemental energy sort of falls away, and the spectral hands in this case are like dwarven hands that are coming out of the hammer and like grabbing onto this person's arm and slowly like clawing their way down its arm. Sparky. Sorry, I didn't mean to forget Sparky's turn.
No, he's very important.
He's
He's gonna try to get the guy right.
I feel like that's fair.
Sparky might actually
What did
hit.
Sparky get?
A 24.
Sparky hits.
Whoa!
Okay. 1
Plus
A
level.
solid.
plus level.
I don't think
No, it
hers
just says
does.
damage d6.
All right,
One
Sparky.
damage.
Kang
With his
Hey.
machete.
with his
It
machete.
was something.
Why? It is your turn.
Yes, okay, so I chose the iconic theme. And so I also have an iconic warp, which is going to be a bonus to my saves equal to my intelligence modifier, which lasts until the end of the battle.
Nice. Until you get a new warp. Yep. All right.
Yes, and then I'm going to use what I've renamed Sparks of Raining Death, which is actually Shards of Magic, but that's what I'm going to rename it from here on out.
I am 100% okay with that.
Okay.
Also, like, yay afterwards. I wrote that.
Sparks of raining death.
Yay! It's going to be so pretty, like, it rains down, but it's also going to be like death.
Hey,
There's
I'm
something
excited
about why
about
that
it.
just terrifies Colin to her core.
I think
And I was an assassin.
Ooh.
Like,
I think she
irrelevant,
scares me
though.
too.
It's irrelevant.
I think I got a 5. So I want to do it, but it just won't happen.
It's very, like, spectacular looking, but then just sort of, yeah, you see why! And, like, bright sparks in the air, but it doesn't so much rain death.
My what?
Yeah, what happened to our pixie?
Oh, my little friend, Orion!
Do we have a pixie friend still?
You do have a pixie friend.
Can he fight in this battle?
He did get a sword thing. Now he has
Oh, and
two
it's
of
so
them.
Yeah,
He
there's
also
a
has
sword
leaf
thing.
armor.
Yeah, he
all right.
could get wrecked.
Alright, here's what I'm gonna do.
No, let's keep him on my shoulder.
We don't have to have him.
Could he have like a crossbow or something
He
so he
does
can
not
shoot
have a
like
crossbow.
needles
He just
at
has the
somebody?
little cutest thorn, right?
But he does go out and he hits. He flies out on his wings with his little dagger, and he flies out and he does. He rolled a natural 20. So
What?
So
Yeah,
that
he
is
did.
why he defends the forest.
he did 10 points of damage as he kind of flies by the guardian that's near him and says, "Forest land!"
oh,
and then flies back to your shoulder.
Yes,
That's
okay.
awesome.
Thank goodness. I missed him.
Nice.
Well, this is why you don't let player groups bring NPCs home. We'll keep them.
We like to keep our
Forever.
NPCs. They're the best.
It is at this point the one in the center screams, "Stop them!" And the other ones all pull out wands,
Gross.
and here they go. They're going to start. The far two are going to attack Vave.
Okay.
Vave, does a 21 hit your PD? Does a 19 hit your PD?
Yeah.
So you will take a total of 8 points of damage. The next two on the far side are going to shoot Colin.
Okay.
Does a 8 hit your PD?
No.
Does a 24 hit your PD?
No.
What?
Yes.
All right, you will take 4 points, and it
Dang
leaves
it.
Like,
you
how did you do
You have
that?
to say it with confidence. How many points? No.
I
4,
believe
and
it.
it leaps from you to Y, but instead just scatters harmlessly off the wall because I'm assuming a 9 doesn't hit your PD.
Does not.
The last one's going to try and like take careful aim. Shoot at Miles. Does a 13 hit your PD?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I didn't think so. All right. Well, in that case, the figure turns, and you can see the dark hair of a Drowge and the very like almost luminescent pale skin, and you can see that there is a scorpion mask that kind of comes around here, and her eye is encased by the 2 claws. And she says, "You will never stop my master from resurrecting her legions." And she tries to let go of the hammer, and she kind of does, but it sort of pulls her arm down as the dwarven hands are holding on. And so she brings her own hand across her wrist, and blood pours out of the wound. And it reaches out to strike.
Which is
Did she just cut off her hand?
No, she's like sliced into her arm.
Oh, okay.
That's definitely what I pictured. I was like, did she just chop her arm off to get away from this
Yeah.
thing?
No. Fave, does a 14 hit your PD? All right, 15 points of negative energy.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy, that's tough.
So
Are you dead?
Are you unconscious?
Did you heal at all?
No.
You should have healed before the start of the fight.
To what?
Your max.
But we didn't get a heal up.
Yeah, because we
No,
were...
but you could have spent recoveries.
Right.
So I didn't do that. Should I have?
You
Yeah.
definitely should have.
Okay. So what do I do now?
Spend 2 recoveries and go to your max hit points and take your damage that you've taken so far from that.
Okay.
It's level 1.
How much did you
Once
take?
you guys hit level 2, then it's all mean JM all the time.
All mean.
So I
Okay,
know-
so then...
So
I got-
roll your die first. Figure out how much you gain, and then...
No, I'm just gonna let her go to start at 24 and take the damage off.
Oh,
Okay, but then I took damage... How much damage did I take?
10 from this.
Okay. And then I took some from before, too, didn't I?
From what?
I think it was 8.
Yes, she got punched,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So less bad than I thought. So
but
thank
still
you.
bad.
Still bad.
Still bad.
So use a recovery die on your turn.
You can use it on your turn. It is not like a lot. Roll your damage for the dwarven arms. The dwarves.
The dwarves.
3.
Plus your
Plus.
intelligence.
In level or just
Just your intelligence.
6.
All right. This actually seems to strike into her, and she doesn't seem to be able to transfer it to the shield guardian. She doesn't get to make a save against this. She has to take her action. Nurse.
Yay, it's my turn.
Somewhere else in the castle, Trip and Darul go off on their own magical adventure that they will never speak of again. Colin, you are up.
What? Yeah, you're never gonna hear from them until later, and then they won't even tell you what happened.
I'm going to attempt to get around this guy and hit a mook, or go for the mooks.
Okay, so you're going to disengage?
Attempt to. No, I did not, so I won't. And I will attack him instead.
All right, go for it.
You know, it'd be really nice if we had a boon right now, which would let us roll 2 dice.
It's true.
Dang.
That boon.
Hey! Oh, that's a crit! No, it's not a mook.
It is not a move.
My crit range is 19 and 20, and this was an 18.
I am sorry.
But plus 5, so 23.
That'll hit.
Rawr.
I'm going to add my elemental claw to it. For 9 points of damage.
All right, this thing is definitely staggered.
Good.
Get wrecked.
All right, welcome to round 2, the escalation die. Moving.
Sorry, would it take the poison damage?
It would take the poison damage.
Can I do my plague touched?
You can.
5
So 5 ongoing?
yes, 5 ongoing.
You got it.
Mm-hmm.
I have an answer.
So I have this wand that I got.
Yes.
I wrote down +1 to hit and damage.
Yes, so it should do 1 extra point of damage with that spell.
Is that every, because I
As
have
long as-
ongoing damage, so it's every time? Okay.
All right. Miles,
Yes.
it is your turn.
I'm gonna attack again.
And you have a +1 to hit because the escalation die is now at 1.
Woo! All right. I'm gonna go for some mooks. So, does a 22 hit?
A 22 does hit.
Cool.
Yay!
And
Tell them, Dad.
I will do, 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. All right. So, which one were you shooting at?
I'm gonna shoot at the one that's kind of closest to everyone.
This one here?
Yeah.
All right, so the bolt tears through them, and it skips off one of their bones and continues through, striking this one for a little bit as well.
Yeah.
All right. It is the constructs. The first one reaches out to Sparky. Fist rising high in the air.
Oof. So
It
sad.
misses.
23 hit Sparky's AC.
Yeah.
Another 10.
Yeah,
Wah,
he's...
wah.
Does his hit points work the same as ours?
What do you mean?
Like, like he's staggered or...
Yeah. Yeah. No, what he hits 0, he's gone.
Okay, he's
You'll
gone.
have to. Okay.
You have to raise a new one from the dead.
You can re-raise him.
Can I do that in the middle of a fight? Or just it has to be after?
It depends on, like, if you had a relation with, like, Demoloth right now, I would probably allow you to raise him back.
Okay.
But in general, no, it takes extraordinary circumstances to bring him back.
Okay.
In the middle of a fight. During a long rest, you're fine.
Okay.
The other one tries to hit Vave, or not
You
Vave, Colin. Does a 17 hit your AC? Alright, well they miss as well. It is now Vave and Y's turn. But not Sparky's.
Oh,
Ugh.
dear.
So
Wow.
sad.
That was just kind of
Really
like a...
sad.
Oh, yeah.
Dagger to the heart. Move it around. I should know.
You should know
Just
how
like
that works.
Oh, just like my sparks.
Oh, that's even sadder.
Okay, I'm gonna use change
Oh,
of
hold
ending.
on. They will take... That one takes 5 points of ongoing damage from the poison that you did. And it saves.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay, I'm gonna do change of endings, which is the nearby enemy with fewest hit points.
Okay. It is definitely that guy in front of Colin.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Oof. There goes. It's been rough.
Oh.
Yep. Nope. 0.
Not good.
Alright.
Okay.
Does it do any miss damage?
No.
Okay. You tell it to end, and it tells you no. Why? It is your
Tells
turn.
you no, and your
then,
turn.
And then Orion.
Okay, well, as all of this is happening, I realize we're all very busy. But I would like to call dibs on that lady's scorpion hips. After we kill her.
Is this your
Okay,
official action?
So,
It's like, wait,
Just
you're
like
not
as-
going to wear it, right?
if it looks good, I don't see the problem. Anyways, I'm going to do an
okay.
iconic spell again. And the first one was so beautiful, so I'm going to do it again.
Okay.
By the way, I have a new iconic warp, and it is gain a bonus to my PD and MD equal to my intelligence modifier.
Okay.
If I use my stick,
You'll get +1 to hit and damage.
Yeah.
can I use my stick to do my sparks?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I just forgot about it last time. Guys, I'm so sorry. This time it was better. Okay.
Ooh.
Natty 20!
Natty 20, baby!
Alright, so after this, don't forget
High weirdness. Yeah!
Alright, so go ahead and roll your damage. Who are you attacking?
Oh, I'm gonna attack just whoever's closest.
That
Yeah.
would be this little guy in front.
Okay.
Well,
this little guy.
Like the big guy.
Okay.
The little big sketchy guy who's punching. Good.
Everything is
Good
small
one.
to Vave. Don't
Is it
worry when I
plus-
bring giants
Well,
out.
+5.
Well,
But it's
maybe
plus
don't
6 with
do
my
that.
stick, right?
It's +5 with your stick. You don't add your level to damage.
But I have plus something with my stick because it has.
Right, so
Attack
it would
spells?
typically be +4, but with 1 more with your stick, it's 5.
I see. Okay, so it's gonna be 12.
It's going to be doubled.
And then doubled because of your critical hit.
Holy
So
moly.
24 points of damage.
24
What-
points of damage.
You should have hit a mook.
Was this your
Just kill them all.
was this your sparks rain burning down?
Yes, it was my sparks like
All right.
that.
So it just how's it look? What does it look like?
So it's like a nice like with my stick, and then of course the Y again, and I want it to like kind of form at the top and then explode like fireworks, and then
Just like
beautiful death to everyone around me.
yeah, that guy
except
is
for good
Hopefully not
definitely-
everyone.
Definitely, like...
Okay, but I'm
Yeah.
actually not
Yeah.
quite done
Wiping
yet.
blood off.
Luckily, he's a construct, so
Yeah.
it's not like blood on me.
Yeah. There's no blood, but there's definitely glitter.
Glitter.
Oh, no.
What's your high
It
weirdness?
doesn't come off.
Colin
Okay.
hates glitter.
And then since it was
Four.
even, yeah, that's it.
All right, what's your high weirdness?
Oh, I haven't rolled it yet. I'm not ready.
Oh, did you roll the hard save?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
I did not get high enough, even with my warp modifier. Which sucks. Okay, which one do I roll? This one and...
The other one that looks like that one. Nope.
None
The one
of
right
them
next.
look like
the
this
one
one.
right next.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
14?
Meanwhile, while this is going on, Oberon turns around, or Orion turns around, ha ha! And the thing dies as he's diving towards it, and he hits the wall with just a tiny. Ow!
Nice.
Kind of here. He sort of like.
He's okay though.
He
right?
rolled a 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You rolled a
He
1.
did roll a 1.
It's okay.
What did you get? You seem to.
You seem excited.
So, my high weirdness is that my favorite song begins playing around me, magically getting louder and louder. I feel like the song that's always stuck in my head is like, it's getting hot in Okay, so that's playing. It might or might not interfere with bardic songs or monsters that need to be heard properly to get their dirty work done.
Yep.
What does that mean for me?
Nothing right now. There are no
Oh.
bards in the group, and none of the monsters are based off sound. But if there was like a harpy who's using like hypnotic songs, your high weirdness would interfere with their ability to do that.
Neat.
Also, you notice strange like creatures dancing in the flames across the lava, as if the fire elementals bound there kind of.
Getting their groove on.
It's getting hot in here.
It's like one of those
Meanwhile,
weird,
the pupils. One of them hits you right between the eyes for 8 points of damage with their charging bolt.
Tough luck.
Ooh,
And it was a natural
Can I
one.
die again?
do I want to take off that?
Why does a 19 hit your PD?
Yes.
This time you take 4 points of damage as it leaps from his forehead to the back
Great.
of your head.
I'm gonna
Right.
use my roll with it and
Okay.
take half damage.
All right, so you will only take 4.
Yes.
Vave. Does a 9 hit your PD?
No, thank goodness.
Does an 8 hit your PD?
Nope.
And the last one is going to shoot at Colin. Does a 24 hit your PD?
I think we established that.
Yeah.
Yes.
4
it does.
points of damage, and the other 4 is going to try and leap to Miles. Miles, does a 20 hit your PD?
Yes.
All right, so you will also take 4.
Dang it.
It is now the Scorpion Mage's turn.
I'm sorry.
It does nothing that you can see, except for the fact that as she raises her hands, you can see wind starts to blow in Colin's hair, and you can see fire sort of leaping around her, and even the dust, like the earth when you walk, seems to grab onto you. All of her allies have +3 to hit you until the start of her next turn.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Deadly serious. What's your ongoing damage to her?
+3 to hit.
Yeah, it's not good.
5.
5?
Yeah.
All right. It is now Colin's turn.
Oh, 6. I'm sorry.
Because you have a wand.
Mm-hmm.
Colin, what are you doing? One of the shield guardians is gone.
I want to go up and hit those mooks. So
Do
I
it.
will move up and attempt.
Go for it.
Yes, that's a critical. That's a 19. Also, I'm spiking up.
It's not good for me.
Throwing that up.
All right.
So she's gonna kill all of them.
7 times 2 is 14.
All right. How do you kill 3 of them?
Gee.
I understand that the mage had tried to slow me down with the wind, but I've been hanging out with this elemental person, and so I'm using the gust of wind to spin from person to person to person.
All right.
And slice, slice, slice.
Slice, slice, slice.
So yeah,
All
I
right.
end up back there.
All right.
That
I've
was
never
good.
tried this before. We're going to see if this works.
because I really didn't want all those mooks shooting me with a +3.
All right. Escalation die is at 2. Miles, you are up.
So we're looking at the top and not...
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Miles, and then the construct, and then Vave.
I might as well try and take out...
Take the construct.
Yeah, I think I'm going for the contract. I think
All
you're
right.
right. Does a 23 hit?
A 23 does hit.
Ooh, okay. And I think... Yeah. Cool. I will do
Okay.
9 points of damage. Yes.
9 points of damage. All right, you're still using your hand crossbow?
I am.
Yeah, the bolt strikes deep, and you can see kind of like oil and this sort of luminescent fluid start to pour from the wound as you stagger.
Nice.
Yeah.
It.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to definitely yell that from the top.
No! Look at all those.
No, wait,
look at those
come
defenseless
back.
people
No.
right there. They're just asking for it.
So I get +3.
Uh-huh.
13 hits your AC. I rolled a 2.
Wow, that's a big modifier.
Yeah. They're at +11 to hit Colin this turn. Or
That's
it is at +11 to hit.
yeah, that's a lot. If
But
I was
it didn't.
if I was the DM,
Nope. Misses.
Nope. All right. Vave and Y.
Although, since I spiked up, it is going to take 2 points of damage
All right.
for attempting to get me.
Got it.
Okay, I'm gonna go up close to this mook
All right.
and use my gauntlet.
Okay. So it's going to be your die roll
Mm-hmm.
plus your level
Okay,
plus your strength.
so a 20.
A 20 will hit.
Okay. For 8 points of damage.
Plus your strength plus your level,
So
11, and then it's a +1 to hit. So you did 12 points of damage to that mook.
Nice.
All right. Vave, what does it look like?
11. He takes the gauntlet up and just kind of squishes it a little bit.
All right. Hey,
It's gonna be a little more than a little bit.
Vave, as you feel the bone and sinew crumple underneath this fist, the stone gauntlet that you were wearing, you feel something cold pass through your hand, up your arm, and kind of like disperse in your chest, and a series of runes light up on the backside of the gauntlet.
Okay.
That can't be
I'm
good.
so upset that I'm engaged with this thing and I can't see it, but
Why? It is your turn.
Because you know what's happening.
Becca does. Colin doesn't. But...
So I get the vibe that people need my help. So many things are happening here today. So first things first, I rolled defense for my defensive warp.
All right.
I got fire, so until the end of my next turn, when an enemy moves to engage me, it takes fire damage equal to my wisdom modifier, which is +2. Yep. Also, I rolled a natty 20 on this again. So, and then I rolled, so yeah,
Can't do
that's what I
anything about that.
for my defense. So, and then I rolled a, and then I rolled an 18. So, my nearby ally with the fewest hit points can heal using a recovery. And then also,
Is it nearest or
Lowest, nearby.
okay?
So you are not nearby.
That would be Rachel though.
Rachel, what's your hit points
Sorry.
at?
6. 23.
Yes,
Holy
you can heal
moly.
using a recovery.
Cool.
also, you also get a +2 bonus to the defense of your choice, AC, PD, or MD. Until an attack against that defense misses you, or until the end of battle.
Nice.
Also, my new high weirdness.
Oh, good. Did the song stop?
Yes, the song stopped, thank goodness, because as much as I was loving getting down, I feel like I want to be more helpful. So,
Oh, thank you.
we all get halos.
Oh.
For you guys.
I don't want that. I want to hide.
We get halos. When one of your allies casts a divine spell this battle, it gains a small bonus effect chosen by the GM, something that suits the spell and the story.
All right.
Do you have any divine spells?
Nope. The only person who has divine spells is
She has one.
you can with your cure wounds. That's a divine spell. So,
If you want to cure some.
all right. Orion peels himself off the wall.
Oh, poor guy.
Oh, that's not good. And goes flying towards the Shadowcaster, who sort of catches him in her hand. And as she starts to squeeze, you can see green and like emerald energy flowing out of her hand into the circle.
No, stop her.
It is now her turn. Or Colin's got that construct on her. I think that's fine. She's gonna try and hit Vave. Sorry, Vave. Does a 20 hit your PD?
Yes.
Alright, 15 points of damage. And you can see...
-6.
What?
She's at -6.
You're at -6 now?
Mhm.
Even
You
with your
only
healing?
got 3 in your heal up?
Yep.
She rolled a 1 on her die. The
Good
dice tell a story.
gravy.
And this story... As Vave...
I will point out, though, that is the first time I've been staggered in this whole entire thing.
That is true.
It's okay. You're just a rookie.
As you die, or as you hit 0, and your consciousness kind of like, you see your body fall.
I don't like that.
And as you look up, you can kind of see through the floors of the cavern as the lava sort of like the light from the lava lights up that hole that was bored in the ceiling, all the way to that glass disc. And you can see that there are small, minute fractures starting to spread through the bottom of that. And some of the Legion of the Scorpion are starting to move as if they're waking up. You also feel yourself being drawn towards that glass in sort of a it will trap your soul for eternity sort of way.
Oh.
Colin, you're up. Roll your damage.
It will trap your
Can
soul.
I spin around
6.
6, all right.
and get to the mage guy without leaving the Shield Guardian's attack?
I'm going to need a wisdom roll as the circle protects her.
Alright.
So I'm going to need wisdom plus level plus a background for overcoming magical compulsions.
Escape the experiment?
I'd allow that. Yeah, go
'Cause
ahead.
I had to.
It is going to be ridiculously hard.
Alright. If I don't make it, will I be able to attack?
Yeah, of course. A natural 20 does allow you to get inside the circle.
Alright, and then I want to attack her.
All right, go for it.
Beat her up.
Well, that was not nearly as good. But I do spike up, because that's a 3. So that's 10. To hit. Yes.
A 10 to hit?
Yes.
So, what's your misdamage?
1.
All right, why does Colin just sort of not hit nearly as hard as she normally would?
Colin staggered with stepping over because it's a strong elemental force,
Mm-hmm.
and she briefly felt more connected to this one, and it shocked her because she hasn't been connected to anybody beside Trip for years. And so she didn't quite focus before.
And you guys can see these warding magics kind of light up around the circle, sort of encapsulating, but she pushes through, and you can kind of see as Colin rushes towards the Shadowcaster, it strikes her, and while she stumbles forward and loses her grip on Orion, the damage kind of appears on the side of the construct.
Okay. Does she let go of Orion?
She does let go of Orion.
I tell him to get out of there.
Never!
Yeah.
Oh, you're so
I love
sweet.
it.
You're going to die.
Queen! You're up, Miles.
All right. I'm gonna. Well, I guess I'm gonna walk
That's why I
down. At least get in close. At least get
You've been
within
up there this
close-ish range.
Yes.
Yeah,
Jeez.
it's been awesome. I love it. That's how I haven't died yet. That's my secret.
This is how he is supposed to fight.
That's,
Not
it's true.
necessarily.
I'm normally not supposed to be right up in front.
Oh god.
Anyways, does 14? Is that right?
Versus
PD.
14 versus PD hits.
Ah, yeah. All right.
Yeah, you can
Next
do
to an
sneak damage.
ally, or,
Yeah, I'm engaged.
Yep, she's engaged.
Sweet. Call that a sneak attack then. Not great.
like that. Yeah.
Let's say 10. 10 points
10?
of damage.
All right. You shoot, and again, it sort of ripples when it hits the ward, and you can feel you see this crossbow bolt sort of emerge out, just like the front end emerge next to you, and it strikes deep into the construct behind.
Oh, that's who I was aiming for.
Oh, well, it still does that. 'Cause it
Okay,
sounds cool.
Thanks.
You're welcome. It is now the construct's turn. It rears out violently and tries to hit you twice.
Okay.
22,
We'll hit.
21,
We'll hit.
10, 10.
Okay, I'm going to use one of my feats and take half
You
of that
guys-
for one of them. So
Don't they also
So
take
15
spike
total,
damage?
Yeah.
15 total.
And it would
Okay.
take spike damage, yes?
Yes.
How much is
Which
spike?
is. It's only 2.
2 each? Or
Yes.
2 total.
It would be 2 each time.
Okay, so you see this thing reach down and punch Colin in the side. You hear something sort of... You got staggered, right?
Oh,
Something
yeah, now I'm
snaps.
staggered.
And it pulls its bloody fist away, and it very, slowly raises its other hand and brings it right down on the back of your shoulder blades and dies on your spikes.
Nice.
Good.
Vave and Y.
So do I just make a save?
You do make a save.
Okay.
Welcome to Death Saves.
Yay! And that's just a
Thanks for
D20.
joining. You get to roll a d20. Yep.
And it's 11 or higher?
It is 16 or higher.
Oh god, okay. 14.
Okay, you are one step closer to death.
Is it always 16 or higher?
It's 1 to 15 is one step closer to death. 16 or higher, you heal using a recovery, but that's all you get to do this turn. And on a natural 20, you heal and then get to take your full turn.
Okay.
So you get to give +2 to somebody to fight in spirit. So you can either give it to their attack, you can give it to their AC, their PD, or their mental defense. How is your spirit as a member of this group aiding one of the party members?
Stick. What's going down over here?
Add some leaves to my
I feel like, is that like a fertilizer joke? Is she dead? Are we using her at that point?
Aw.
Wow.
Hey.
This will be all sorts of fun.
Or you can give it to
So
me
what
and I
would
can
you
just-
rather have? Why? Like, would you rather have...
I'm about to make an attack because that is what I chose. So I would suggest an attack.
+2 to attack?
Okay.
Yes, it's just what I
So-
said. You're right. You're right.
To why? Because I really like her unpredictability.
Okay, yeah, so is your spirit
Yeah.
helping her aim, or are you holding the Shadowcaster in place while she's attacking?
Oh,
what
yeah,
is
those
your
arms?
Lift me up. I will be your lion. What's the Lion King's name?
Simba?
Simba. will be
I was about to
Simba.
say like Aslan.
Could I kind of guide whatever she's gonna
Yeah.
do? Okay,
Yeah.
that's not what
All
I'm
right,
gonna do.
you feel as if Vave is right there whispering in your ear, a little left, All right.
As opposed to my usual
little
whispers.
further.
That's right. As opposed to the normal voices, which just say,
Go for it.
eat blueberries. I don't know.
I feel like that's closer.
That's fair. All right. What attack spell are you doing? It is your turn. Juan.
Okay, so here's my thing. I would like to use my Trace of the Divine.
Mm-hmm.
So I get to choose daily which one I can use. That's correct.
No, you roll randomly for traits.
Yes, I roll. Oh wait. No, I get to choose.
It does say you get to choose?
Yep.
All right, then yes, you get to choose. So which one are you doing?
I want to do the Sun or the Anti-Dead, which makes everything.
It has to be a level 1 one.
That is the level.
Okay.
It doesn't say any levels.
It's a domain.
Oh, she gets to use a domain? Oh, awesome. Go for it. Sorry.
Any cleric gets a 95 and 97. Okay. And I'm gonna use a holy damage spell, which means it gets +1 damage.
Okay.
And you get to do your fun magic stuff because it is part of my high weirdness, is that
Okay.
it gets to add a special.
All right, I will add a special
as per your
bonus to
choice.
it.
And then the spell I would like to use is my Blar spell, but I want to name it something differently. I want it to be more of like a bow chicka wow.
Okay.
So
I don't know if that.
Listen, she's got to describe what the spell does, so we're going to wait and see.
okay, hold on. So I have to roll to make sure I can do that.
+4.
What? Really?
Yep.
Oh,
No,
okay.
+5 currently.
Okay, plus. So where did it go? Okay, so 21.
21 will hit.
Or should I say? Apparently.
Apparently you should.
Oh wait,
and
okay, so it
it's odd, and
affects.
don't
First of
know
all, I
how
have to
deal
see
with
how many
Yeah, I don't
enemies.
know how it
It's
works.
gonna be 2 nearby enemies that it affects.
Yeah.
There's one.
that.
There's only one.
Okay, and then.
Can it hit it twice?
No, it doesn't. Okay, so then 3d6 plus charisma.
He's not paying attention.
No,
Right.
4,
he
5,
missed
6,
it. It's
7,
okay.
8 plus
He's just
charisma,
intentionally ignoring
I mean,
which is plus
it happens.
12. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wait, 8 plus 5 is
13.
okay. 13 damage, and then also they're gonna be weakened.
Okay, so 13 damage, and she is weakened.
What does that mean?
Weakened means that she takes a -4 penalty to all attacks and defenses until she saves.
Sweet.
All right, so 13 damage.
I think I'm ready to go start stabby.
Yeah, please. hurry.
Fine.
All right, and let's see
Hey,
here.
I know how to use my dagger, and I'm using it correctly this time.
She's-
Oh, I have my stick too as well. I'm
Just gonna.
All right, we're going to say that the additional bonus is that we're going to say the additional bonus is that not only is she weakened, but she sees a spiritual wave kind of charging at her, and she will also, for this round, be vulnerable, which means that the crit range against her expands by 2, which means most of you are going to need an 18 or higher crit against her, as opposed to a natural 20 on this
15.
round. That was Y. So vulnerable and dazed until save.
Do it.
Range.
Oh, Wave is down. Just know that I love your character.
Oh no.
What is she doing? I stopped
So
her.
sad.
No.
She can get in the way. Get in the way.
Vave, you feel something really like you know how normally you're like, but sometimes you're like, ugh. It's definitely that second one as you guys see Vave start to rise again under the control of.
Yeah, that was definitely worse than I was expecting.
It's better than I was expecting. I was just expecting you to get like curb stomped.
Sometimes the elemental does step on your head just to show the situation is serious, but this is not one of those moments.
I don't like that.
Colin,
Mm-hmm.
you see it turns around and looks at you, and with its other 2 actions, the wind and the fire start gathering around you.
Are you serious?
I-
It already didn't work. Why are you making it try to work this time?
We're gonna see. It's your. Please do your ongoing damage to her.
Yay, ongoing damage.
I'm so glad that was a thing. 4, 5. Sorry.
She is now staggered.
Oh, creepy.
I'm
Remember-
still helpful.
Remember, most of the damage that you were doing was being transferred to those
Yeah.
shield guardians. Which
Yeah.
did their job. Acme Shield Guardians, available wherever Acme products are sold.
19, which is in my crit range.
Nice.
That's not good.
Which means I'm spiked up again.
That's right. If you don't kill him, I'm gonna kill him this turn.
Sure.
I don't know if
turn?
that's true.
7
No.
plus 4 is 11, so 22 points of damage.
Still up, but what does it look like?
Ah!
I like that.
That seems very fair.
It's accurate.
Just very fair. All right, escalation die hits 4.
Like, yeah, the frustration that Colin is feeling right now is just coming out in...
Miles, you are up.
Come on.
It doesn't crit, but it will probably hit.
Okay.
Does a 25 hit?
It does hit.
Cool. Also, I'm definitely running up there. I'm gonna use my dagger on her.
Okay.
Because, why not?
If you're running up to her, your friend Vave steps in front of you.
Ah, gross. Can I shoot my crossbow? No,
Nope.
it's too late.
You attack Vave.
Why you gotta be like that, Vave?
Oh yeah, it's all my fault.
You're gonna get hurt real bad. Wait, question.
Answer.
If I hurt her and kill her, is it gonna add to her?
That's a really good
Deafness?
question. We'll find out.
'Cause
Together.
I don't want her to
We're on a journey
die
exploring
forever.
this together.
She won't die forever.
That's right.
We got this.
I didn't say that, but Becca said it pretty confidently.
We got this.
What's your damage?
Please be low. Do I have
Can
new
I use-
damage now?
You have
I have a
you have
question.
whatever she did to you hit points.
Okay, so I have new hit points.
You have new to you hit points.
Okay.
Can I use my
That's
icon
okay.
relationship to do something before I hit?
Like what?
Like, stop whatever magic it is and make her just fall to the floor?
It is the Wanderer.
That's what I'm thinking.
So what'd you get on your hit? You got a 25?
Yes.
I will allow you to spend your Wanderer token to sever the links of this spell as opposed to doing damage to her. So you don't get to roll damage. Your turn is severing Vave from this spell.
Alright.
All right.
don't wanna get hit.
Also roll me a
Aw.
d20.
Okay.
Tell me what you get.
I got an 18. With no
Vave, you
modifiers.
heal to 0 and get to spend a recovery as something that happens here definitely kind of revitalizes you. You briefly see an old man kind of just standing over you, and he says, "I did not bring you back just to have you die in this pit." And he grabs you by the front of your armor and sort of pulls you up. None of you see it, just Vave.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. Oh, for crying out loud!
But you start at 0.
So she
I
gets
know,
a
but-
full 3
You get a full 3 hit points. Congratulations.
That's 2 better than...
Killing it.
That's 3 better than 0.
And by it,
I mean,
I
me.
love
yeah, that's right. You're up though.
Yay!
Yay! Good job, Miles. That was a good use of an icon relationship.
Thank you.
Okay,
You stand up.
yeah, can I turn around?
You can turn around.
And I'm gonna use my gauntlet and try to smash this human.
My magic has gone astray. I raised the wrong thing.
Right?
That's why.
Redemption is a rocky road.
I was gonna say that's why you don't raise a necromancer.
Does 21 hit?
Bad things happen.
A 21 does hit.
Seriously,
I just hate everything.
Well, I'm sure that's basically how Vave has been played. How do you feel?
That's fair. That's how I feel right now.
Oh, okay.
4 points of damage.
Did you have the +1 from the gauntlet?
5.
All right. You definitely see the scorpion mask sort of fly and hit the ground and land.
Dips.
You already had dibs
punched
on
it
that,
off.
didn't you?
Dang
Oh,
it.
absolutely. Absolutely. I
You
just
can
wanted to remind
see
us.
that side of her face is pitted and like all the way down to the bone, and you can see that the eye is milky white and there's just like yellow liquid leaking from it.
Is there undead at all?
No.
Oh.
Now! You're up.
Me, finally?
Oh, actually, no. By you, I meant...
Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to attack. How does a 12 hit you?
It doesn't.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Right, great. So, is there anybody nearby that's an enemy besides the lady
It's
that's
just
everything?
us and Lady.
Okay, so I got nothing. That was it.
Does it look spectacular, though? Does it do
I feel like
damage?
you're just like dancing in the distance to your song
Yes,
that's
well-
playing.
Well, I was gonna use Sunshine Ray, and because I missed, I was supposed to do like damage to a nearby enemy, but since there wasn't any nearby enemy, I feel like the sunshine is just like off to the side, and I'm like, yeah,
That's
sunshine.
right. Like a kite. Yay!
Which one? This one.
All right. It is... Oh, I'm sorry. What is your Sunshine versus? Because she has
PD.
-4 to all of her defenses.
Ah.
PD? Her PD is an 8 this round. So you
Yeah!
Nice.
Okay, so, and since it's a natural even hit, I get,
Actually,
oh wait, I have to roll my D8 first. Which one is that one? This one?
Yeah.
Nailed it. Plus charisma, so 8. Okay, 14.
plus this.
Yeah. That's my, yeah, so 14. And
It's a
then
big
a nearby
charisma
enemy,
modifier.
well, there's nobody nearby to get half damage, but that's like,
You hit her, and she goes staggering back into Colin, and she's like, "The guild will have you at least." And she turns around and stabs Colin in the shoulder, and both of them
what?
disappear.
Fun fact, she took damage from that. Because I was spiked up.
Did the mask stay?
The mask did stay. I'm glad that you have your priorities.
Yeah.
So, when we get back from break, we will find out what the group will do, where Colin is, where Trip is, and what is going on, what they can uncover here at the bottom of Van Sefan Castle. So thank you for watching. If you haven't, please follow us on Twitch, follow us on YouTube, subscribe, like us. We are on Twitter and YouTube and Twitch, and we're just all over the place, and we're growing, and we hope you're enjoying the show right now. We'll be back in about 20 minutes to see what happens, and this is Iconic Production, and this is 13th Age, Heroes on the Edge of Desolation. So, when we left you guys, you were... Whoop, she's not there.
She ran away to find Trip.
No, she disappeared.
Yeah,
Oh,
she got
that's even
stabbed.
scarier.
Remember?
Oh, she got stabbed and
She got stabbed
disappeared.
and the two of them disappeared.
Oh, that's worse.
So, there you are.
That's worse. Yep.
Definitely. It doesn't just get worse on Friday nights during our 5th edition game. It can get worse here.
Well...
So the three of you were there.
I call the mask. I'm gonna get it.
Oh, I want to try and find some severed body parts for our friend with the gilded leaves. Friend for the gilded leaves?
Your
the guy who
friend
gave us
with,
the...
Erasmus
thank
the
you.
Thin.
Erasmus. I need to write that down.
All right, you start collecting body parts, and you grab the scorpion mask.
And he needs a jawbone.
He
That's
really
what I
does.
was looking
He really
for.
does need a jawbone. That poor guy. Poor Erasmus.
Where's Orion at?
He is kind of picking himself off the ground and dusting himself because he got squished.
Aw, can I grab him?
You can.
Hold him?
I have
Sure.
a cage for him.
Yes! Yes.
No!
No.
He's trapped in the cage. We don't
Please.
want that.
Please no.
It's okay, I'll
All right.
keep
So
you-
you picked up the mask. All right.
Is the mask scary at all? I just want to...
Did you hear me describe it?
I mean, I did, but I just want to make sure it's not going to, like, kill her or try and take over her, or...
I mean, you don't know.
Can we put the mask in the cage?
Are you resummoning Sparky?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I'm going to
Yeah.
pass you the cage and just tell you to put your little scorpion mask in it.
I'm fine. Fine. It is all right. Such things happen while you're on the road of questing. I'm sure you all know.
Yes, that is fair. Also,
Well done, all. Hip hip hurrah.
Vave, are you okay? You seem a little hurt.
Yeah. Can I use some more?
You actually have to spend recoveries if you are below half.
I should probably check that.
Now, by the way, that was our second double strength battle, so you guys will be at level 2 at the end of the evening. Okay. All right.
That was. Oh no, that was the one.
Well, good thing you re-rolled anyway.
Okay.
She didn't re-roll, I just kept spinning.
Yeah, that's fair.
Alright, well, we should probably do something about this whole magic thing that's been happening. I don't know what we would do. I have no experience in magic, but you, my friend, might know something.
You know what I do know. I'm in love with that little fairy guy for sure.
Probably...
I want to whisper it to him.
I love you.
Okay, anyways, I want to look at the little scorpion thing, please.
All right, give me an intelligence plus level plus. Do you have a background that would be good for identifying things?
I mean, elemental hermit of the woods, maybe like that. Some of the magic.
Hermits of the Woods, yeah.
Cool.
Go for it.
Is it 20, right?
Yep.
Neat. Okay. It's wisdom, you said.
Yep.
So 21.
21. All right. You, as you kind of spend some time to meditate on it and kind of like read its aura and kind of get in tune with the item. I will tell you what it does in a second. The rest of you guys do.
I want to...
Well, you're collecting body parts, and you're bringing Sparky back, so it all happens kind of simultaneously. It takes about the same amount of time.
Okay.
I will get back. I
Yeah.
want to let her know it does. So it is a mask of venom. If you put it on, your mental defense goes up by 1. And anytime you hit with a natural even attack that targets an enemy's physical defense or their PD, so like your sunshine spell. So if the D20 is even, you deal an extra D4 poison damage with the attack. So it's
That's
poison
cool.
sunshine.
Poison sunshine. Aww.
I don't
It's
like the
sunburn.
fact that she has a
Sunburn,
yeah, like
scorpion
sunburn.
mask, but I mean...
It's
Do I have to wear it on my eye, or can I wear it like
you have
around
to
my
you
neck?
have to wear it on your eye.
Mm.
It is a mask.
I'd wear it if you don't
Truly.
want it.
It's not truly fashionable.
You could cover it in flowers. Get your flower buddy to flower it up for you.
Aww. Wait, does she have anything that she could use for the attack, the venomous attack, or would it only work for me?
It would work for anybody who has attack spells that target PD.
No. And I think
I
she
do.
hits.
Actually, it would work
MD.
for you. You have an attack that targets PD. It doesn't have to be a spell.
Oh, I thought it was spell.
Yeah, sorry, no.
Well, I have both, so
It's up to you.
it's
you do
okay.
you.
You can cover it in flowers if you
I
want
mean,
to. And I do already have a magic item, so
I wouldn't mind hitting harder, but it's up to you.
You probably need it.
yeah.
I die all the time, so
You did
I'll
look
use
pretty good
I'll use
today,
the
though.
sympathy card.
What's your mental defense?
14.
Yeah,
Ooh,
okay,
mine's
let's give it
lower
to
than
him.
that. Oh no, my
Mhm.
mental defense is
All right.
higher.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
all right.
I'm gonna just give it to him. If he wants it, I'll explain to him what it is.
I'm gonna take her kind gift and use it. It's +1 to MD.
+1 to MD, and when you use an attack that targets PD, it does an extra D4 poison damage. Now, when you decide to put the mask on, you don't put the mask on. The scorpion sort of
Yeah,
comes
that's what I was
alive
afraid of.
and crawls up your face and kind of settles down, and you feel the stinger kind of wrap down the base of your neck.
Yeah, I
So
kind of
cool.
hate that. I definitely
Yeah.
as it does that.
No, that's exactly how it goes.
I hate that.
You look beautiful.
Thanks. I'm terrified of this thing. Hopefully it doesn't scare me.
as well,
good sir.
That is not the helm of a knight. The scorpion of a backstabbing rogue or a knave.
I mean, that is me. I'm
I
gonna
rescind my good job.
I'm gonna throw my hood back on so it shows up a little less.
All right.
I want to look at the center of the room and see if there's anything we can do to help stop this magic from unleashing the horde.
Oh, right.
Right,
That's
you
why
saw
we're
the
here.
horde is really close to being
Right.
unleashed.
Yeah.
You should probably tell us that.
The horde is really close to being unleashed.
Thanks. I'm gonna do what I was just saying.
Horde
Alright.
of what?
And I'm gonna
It's
use
an
my.
army of the scorpion people.
Yeah, the Legion of the
Oh,
Scorpion.
well, they follow him now because he's got the little head thing.
No.
I don't. They won't follow him, but I mean, you could maybe
Um,
disguise yourself.
Can I use rival? Or I guess, what do I need to do to inspect this? Or will you just tell me everything I want to know?
Give me a rival temple infiltrator roll plus intelligence plus level.
Yeah, I thought you might say something like that. Nope. Someone else should try. Plus, what was it? Wisdom?
Plus intelligence.
Intelligence. Okay. I rolled 17.
With a 17, you know that the spell is still going on, and while it won't accelerate, it will eventually decay the wards that keep the Legion of the Scorpion bound.
So is there some, counter chant that we could do to cancel it?
So what you would need to do is you would need to enact a ritual, which I know Vave can do. I'm not sure if Y can do. I don't think Chaos Mages have the ritual magic feature because you're not so much like ritual. You're much more woo.
Look at these pretty sunshiny things.
So, how this will work is this is going to work as like a ritual montage. So the question is, you're trying to stop this ritual? It has used the elements, air, earth, water, and fire, to weaken an ancient protective spell. So each of you has to tell me what you are contributing to the ritual to basically reseal it. This can tie into backgrounds. This can tie into one unique things. You don't need to look at your spells unless you have an idea for, well, I'm going to use this spell to do X, Y, or Z. But this is what I want to know is how are the three of you as a group pooling your resources, magical and otherwise, to end this the breakdown of this spell. So who would like to go first?
I would like to go first.
Okay.
So, since I have the information from these ancient stolen books that have been destroyed,
Okay.
I will use my knowledge of those books to hopefully apply that to this ward or this ritual to help make it stronger.
Okay.
That's my hope.
All right. So what I'm going to need from you is a intelligence plus background.
I'm gonna use Rival Temple Infiltrator again.
Plus D20 roll. Don't tell me what you get just yet.
Okay.
Oh dear. Wow.
All right. What are you? All right. Who wants to go next? Vave or Y?
Can I use a combination of a lot of things, or does it have to be
Sure.
one
No.
specific
Tell me what you're trying to do. The more creative, the more better. I'm a GM.
The more better.
I speak Wells.
I speak real good.
That's right.
Good
Real good.
education.
That's right.
Okay. So I guess what I want to try to do is use my Death's Gauntlet to kind of help, because you said it was like cracking glass.
Yeah. Whatever the arcane material is, it looks
Like
it's
it's
transparent like glass. Yes.
Okay, so I want to use that to try and piece it back together, I guess. And
Okay.
I want to kind of use, I guess, my background or my class, maybe a combination of both, as a necromancer to kind of know the spirits and know how to contain them.
All right. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to identify the spirits that are trapped and use Death's Gauntlet, which is a spell that we've established for you. Brings in souls from the plains of dust and ash, and you're going to try and use those souls to kind of reseal the cracks.
Yes.
Awesome.
That was really, really well played.
Sorry.
No, that was
articulate,
no.
but-
I reiterated it to make sure I understood kind of what you were all
that was
pulling
perfect.
together. All right. So what I'm going to want from you is intelligence plus level plus what backgrounds do you have?
I put Walker of the Great Path and Warlord.
This would definitely be Walker of the Great Path. This is
Okay.
something that happens on the paths to ascendancy, like the paths to divinity.
Okay.
All right, so roll it and don't tell me what you get. If you have an icon relationship that you can tie into it, you can get a bonus to the roll.
I don't.
I was more
You do.
if she wants to use
Well,
it.
I don't know how it would tie in.
Who is
Well, the Rivner is a person who was on a similar journey to yours. He was a great warlord in the 6th Age.
Okay.
The Wanderer brought him back and set him on a path to redemption. And so he tends to take the most direct and, he is on a path of sort of, I don't want to say brutal redemption, but basically going from a selfish warlord into not necessarily like a noble force, but definitely into a force for good. And so if you can figure out how to tie that in somehow, I will chat with you when I come back. I want to hear
Okay.
what Y's got going on.
Okay.
Because who knows what Y has going.
So I want to use my Touch of the Divine again.
Okay?
So I because I'm an adventurer, I get to use 2 different
Sure.
spells. And I'm gonna do Knowledge or Lore, which I gain 4 additional background points.
Okay.
That must be used somehow in relation to Knowledge or Lore, which
Which it
tell me
does.
a better time to use it.
All right.
So I'd like to gain like 4 points maybe on like rune magic,
Sure.
ritual magic.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I'd like to contribute that.
Okay. So we're going to do... so you're really more kind of using your knowledge to help with the spell that's currently in play. All right. So intelligence plus background, which is 4, plus D20 roll.
Cool.
And then I will start going around and seeing what is going on. All right. What'd you get, Miles? You got a 1?
I could have guessed that, honestly.
What's your total? Because a natural 1 is not a...
Total is 9, but
Okay.
I got a 1.
All right. And your goal was...
To use my knowledge of these books to help seal this magic.
Okay.
Or reseal. Since I think it was originally used to seal away, like, the Dark One or something.
It was used to seal away the Legion of Scorpion.
There you go.
All right. So, you contribute. What icon relationships do you have?
I have the Wanderer and the Guild of Fallen Leaves.
Okay, I'm going to come back to you here in a brief second. Okay. What did you get?
I got a 14
Okay.
total.
Do you want to use one of these?
Yes, and I think if I am allowed, I would like to use my icon relationship, because we would be kind of on the same path, and I think this would help me. I'm not articulating.
No, that's
Protect
not. You're doing
others,
great.
or-
How would it help you? Yeah.
Keep war from happening?
Yes. And get me closer to the Great Path, I guess, in that sense.
Okay. All right.
Would that work?
It would work, but remember, with a 5, there's a complication or a twist. So, I will come back to you as well. Okay. What did you get?
Wow. Okay, so technically I got like a 22, but also with this knowledge or lore, I'm allowed to once per day change my skill check involving knowledge to a natural 20 instead.
So you want to do that?
So I'm gonna go to a 27, please.
All right.
Thank you for helping.
Always, always.
All right. So as all of your magics sort of come together, the chaotic magic that seems to somehow like divine the runes that are around the seal, and you can see that they start to slow down in their emanations and then start working in reverse as Y kind of uses its own magic to kind of reverse itself and strengthen the wards. You are providing the knowledge necessary to help. Like, here's what's going on here. I've heard about this. I've seen it in my dreams. This is what's going on. And you are calling in all of the spirits from the plains of dust and ash that you know of. And sort of as all of this coalesces, 2 things happen. One, you definitely see in your mind's eye, kind of in that part of your soul that you kind of kept hidden since you've been brought back, not really knowing what's going on. And you see this wild-looking, almost skeletal figure wearing archaic armor and wielding a 2-handed sword. And you know, you studied your warlord background, like you know the great warlords, and this is the Rivner. And he looks at you and he says, "It is not enough merely to fight, but you must strive to protect. That is the path that the Wanderer has put you on. The souls that you have cling to you for protection, not for use. I will aid you in this task, but if you truly wish to find peace and respite," and you get this image of almost like a bird's eye view of Druthen, and as you can kind of feel like you're falling, and you kind of fall through the streets and through the sewers and into darkness, and you see 2 flaming eyes kind of awake and look right at you. That is where your path goes. Do you agree?
Yes.
Right? You guys feel this wild surge of energy kind of pour out of Vave, and it knocks you just a little bit to the left. And as the sealing magic kind of the right ends, something doesn't feel right to you. And you look down, and your foot crossed that circle. You definitely get the feeling that part of you is trapped in there as well.
Just your toes, though.
No, your foot's there.
Just your
like,
toes.
part of you.
Huh.
Jeez.
Well,
This is not my fault. I'm just gonna put that out there.
There will be... So, in 13th Age, we don't... When you fail to make the DC, it's not always that you failed at what you were doing. You succeeded with some complications. And so, because of your backgrounds, You get the feeling that you are going to be dreaming of whatever goes on up in that place for a very long time. That every night when you fall asleep, you're going to be drawn back into whatever's going on up there.
Mm.
And you know that sometimes dream thieves are able to take others along with them. So you may be able to recover that piece that was stolen from you or taken from you. That is a story for another time.
Okay.
So, the wards fail, the circle disappears, and everything starts rumbling again.
Is it an earthquake sort of rumble, or is it...
Like a scary monster.
It is not a scary monster is hungry and wants to eat adventurers.
Maybe it's
Sort of
100 Orions come to us.
Yep, I'm sure that's what it is.
Oh my gosh, I'd leave you guys behind so
I would probably just follow just to watch you do whatever you would do with them.
I let them carry me. You're nuts.
He's like, I can lift your hair, but that is about it.
Like 2 strands, maybe. They're kind of clumped together.
We should leave this place. It is darkness and foul, and I wish to see the sun in the sky and the green on the trees again.
Yeah, let's go.
Is there anything else in the room that we should know about?
You can give me a perception check.
Ooh, let me do that too.
Everybody can give
Yeah,
me a
might as
intelligence plus level plus background for seeing things.
Background for seeing things.
Yeah, what background do you have that would help you like notice what is going on?
I would use Warlord because I have to know friend from foe.
And Rival Temple Infiltrator because, yeah.
I'm sorry.
You gotta be able to see things
Plus
there.
what?
It's your level plus your intelligence modifier plus whichever background you're using to kind of like search the area.
Okay.
So like if you were to use your hermit of the woods, you would kind of say it's because I'm used to like spotting things in the forest.
Okay, I'm gonna use that then. Because yes, I would have spent many times spotting and making sure that I would see all the little things, like little mushrooms hidden maybe behind this tree or that.
Of course it was mushrooms.
How many have you eaten today?
Anyways.
Mushrooms are fantastic! Do not question us, knave! 16?
28.
Nice.
18.
Alright, so the two of you definitely see the tunnels in the rocks across the lava flows, kind of these natural sort of volcanic tunnels that you can see where the Var have kind of broken through, and you can actually see the webs where they've made web bridges to kind of get out of those side pockets and kind of over here into, this is kind of the bottom of one of the foundational pillars of Sefan. With a 20-something?
28.
28. You can see that there are several pairs of eyes still in the tunnel that were watching this whole thing, and they sort of disappear back.
Like a Var kind of disappear back?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let them know and check. Do we want to run after that? Because if we do, we need to go now.
You would have to cross the lava flow.
I don't think that's
we could do this
overly
soon.
necessary.
I mean,
It sounds simple enough.
if I can, I could still have my my momentum and use my swashbuckling to get across.
What does that
I can do a daring feat, the likes of which have not been heard of.
That's right. He basically, once a battle, once a day, gets
Gets
to be like, and this is how I Errol Flynn this thing.
Yeah. So once per battle as a quick action, you can spend your momentum to pull off a daring stunt, the likes of which are scarcely conceivable. You may also make an attack as part of the stunt, but you roll normally for that.
We're not in battle, though, so does that still count?
He still has his momentum.
Also, I am an elemental, so I could just harden the magnet
Or I'd just kick a pillar
into
in.
solid rock. Or we can kick a pillar.
But
That's cool
the
too.
question is, do we want to try and chase after these Var, or are we just gonna, get out of here?
Orion does want to leave, and I will follow him anyway.
Alright, we can leave, but know that there was someone watching us. Oh, gosh. What if they come back and try and restart this magic, though?
You have like they would have to start all the way from the ground up.
Okay. All right.
Maybe the tunnels lead out.
I'm more content with leaving now. But I do want to stop by our half-dead friend and give him a jaw. If I can.
Oh, I want to meet Pansy too.
All right. All right, so you guys head back up. You head past the obsidian statues of the elementals that you destroyed. You head up past the 2 rooms, the one where you found Y being used as a supercapacitor for this thing.
Good job.
And eventually you find yourselves back in the hidden refuge of the Guild of the Falling Leaves, and Erasmus is there. Ah!
Hey!
You're back!
Yeah, I brought you a jaw.
Oh, thank you. I had to reach. Did you bring back any thighs? I had to reach in.
Scavenged a bunch of stuff. The question is...
extra ones, because I gave her that thigh bone.
I would say yes, I do have one.
By the way.
I am so glad.
Thank you.
And he kind of pulls back his robe a little bit, and you see a really muscular, manly thigh attached to a very dainty shin and foot. I feel like this one works very well for me.
Good. I'm glad it works for you.
It wasn't doing the old owner any good.
That's
No comment.
morbid.
Yeah, he didn't have a leg to stand on.
Yeah, that's definitely the way to say it.
So, jawbone, please.
Yes, here's your jawbone.
And
Do you have anything for me
He
by
reaches
chance?
up and he just beard and all.
Weird.
And these lips are tinier than my other one, but he's just got a long mustache now. I think this will work. Yes, I feel more eloquent even as we speak.
Good.
Whose jaw was this?
It was one of the, what are they called? No, not the Scorpion, it's the shield guys. What were they?
Oh, the Shield Guardians, yes.
Yeah.
Oh. There's no serial numbers or identifying marks, are there? The guild won't track it back to me.
I don't think
Do
so.
I need to curse you again?
Hey, you didn't curse me, you cursed the other dude.
No, I did.
I was the one trying to stop him from doing things.
Right. I'm sorry. You living all look the same to me.
Makes sense.
I don't believe we've met. Erasmus the Thin.
Less than now.
Orion, Knight of Estelin. He whispers in your ear. He stinks of death.
Wow. Oh yeah, you haven't met our 2 companions.
No, where are...
The others ran off. Oh, you wouldn't happen to know where our friend went. She got stabbed by the Great Drainer, maybe? Was that the Great Drainer? Are we sure that was the Great Drainer? Question to you.
You're pretty sure she was the Great
Okay.
Drainer.
We're pretty sure the Great Drainer stabbed our friend, and we're pretty sure the Great Drainer died as she stabbed our friend, but then our friend disappeared. Any ideas on where that might have taken her? Also, your contract might be up. You might have a little bit of paperwork, so sorry about that.
You promised to help do the paperwork.
That is true, but for some compensation.
No.
Yes.
For the information I gave you to find the person who the contract was for.
All right, fine. You can give me some paperwork.
He kind of snaps his fingers, and there's a stool under you, and just a stack of parchments. Now, it's Erasmus, Smus,
Okay.
the Thin. Very neatly.
Can I write the larger?
No,
Okay.
the Thin. I'm not to be confused with the Erasmus the Corpulent.
You know, I did give you a jaw.
You did, and I'm grateful for that, and you should know from any dealings with the guild that always get the contract in paperwork and writing before.
Paper's kind of like
See,
leaves. I
but,
want to use my wind
you
to make
know-
it flurry all around.
No, my paperwork!
And then I want to jump
And
around.
on that note, you didn't get mine in contract either.
Oh, but I did!
believe.
And he pulls out a piece of paper, and it's just a transcription of the
That's
conversation.
dumb. All right,
Did
whatever.
you sign
Standard
it?
guild issue!
See, but I didn't sign anything.
Oh, but you did! You agreed! Isn't that your ex?
No.
It's totally your ex.
It's totally
dumb.
your ex.
I'm about to make him my ex. All right. Well, while I fill out this paperwork,
That's
she
a lot of paperwork.
She wants to
Good
know
luck.
about this whole monster thing you got roaming around the
Oh, yes,
building.
Betsy. Do you want to meet Betsy?
Yes. Yes.
We'll be back in 6-7 hours. It will be fine. Thank you for doing my paperwork.
At least it's not days.
Okay.
So, you guys...
Also, while he's gone, I'm going to spend some of my time working on that dagger thing.
Oh,
made
yeah.
out of the whatever.
Sure, he's got
You
plenty
should-
of gear to do that.
Yeah, you should look around a little bit.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to try and steal from him.
No, I just
It
want
might
you to look
take
around
you a while to
little bit.
get all the paperwork back that I made.
Yeah, she did
That's
not
also
make it
true.
easy for you.
Thank
But
you.
it was beautiful.
It was kind of like Fantasia.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys go out into the hallway, and again, to your left is the big plane of glass, which now is glowing with sort of elemental and necromantic energies, and everything is alight with. And you can see that most of the faces that you can see trapped beneath this surface, they seem very angry, but they're back in stasis. Like they're not moving any. Their eyes aren't moving, but they seem a lot angrier than they were when you first came down. And Erasmus kind of gets out and he sort of peels the skin back from his finger and he blows on his thumb bone and it lets out a piercing whistle. And you do hear that,
Can I
again,
learn
that
how to
wet
do that?
thump, drag, thump, drag. And at the far end of the hallway, you see this massive arm kind of slap down on the edge. And as it pulls itself around, you can see that Betsy is a large black dragon head attached to the arm of a storm giant. And that's it. Like, the stitching is with, like, big corded rope that has little silver runes etched in it. And he's like, Betsy! And, like, when he slaps his left thigh, it definitely is like a meteor sound and kind of like this kind of hollow sound on his right thigh. And Betsy kind of like, the dragon's eyes sort of narrow, and it's really patchy, and you can tell that it's undead. And all of a sudden, its eyes light up, and it's like thump drag, thump drag, thump drag, as it's coming down the hall towards you. Oh, I didn't say your name.
Thump drag. Hi, I'm sorry. Thank you.
And in front of you is this giant dragon head and this arm that is thumping like a tail. Oh, who's a good undead guardian beast?
I want Tim.
No, this is Betsy. She's my undead. I built her from
Can you
parts. Oh, yeah, it's a very simple spell.
Yes.
Can you not summon undead?
No, I can.
Well, you just need a little more practice. This
Okay.
jaw is not working out. It tastes like metal. It is like, because the shield guardian is metallic, and so you can see
Nice.
that he's got this shiny jaw now. Clang, 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 clang.
I'm pretty sure I want to keep Betsy.
But you can't keep Betsy. She's mine.
Yeah, but I have like it in with the Red Alchemist. Perhaps I could.
You should be very careful with that one. Dump, 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 dump.
Yeah, I want the dragon.
Can I go up to it and like pet it?
Yeah.
Or let it
That's
sniff me?
scary.
Or
Come on,
whatever?
let's keep.
So he's not going to let you keep it, but you have a red alchemist token that you want to kick in?
Yeah. The sticks, please.
All right. I cannot let you keep Betsy because, as your friend will let you know, necromancy,
It's so much fun.
it is, right? It's great for making new friends out of old friends.
Oh, you resurrected Sparky, right?
But your friend Skeleton would be no use if she was not there. I could send Betsy with you, but she would fall apart without me. She'd just fall to pieces.
Really cute pieces.
Really
This is
cute
no
pieces,
less.
but they
Really
would
cute,
start rotting
gigantic
basically
dragon.
immediately. And look at that grin. You don't want her to fall apart. However, if you know the alchemist, and I was supposed to go. but I have a lot of paperwork to fill out, and I must report back to the guild. However, if you would like, and he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out what looks like a red enameled arrowhead. In a week and a half, she'll be running one of her games in Druthen. It's a city of the living, not far from here. This will get you in, and you can bring an entourage or a grouping or a gaggle of people, and you could bid on whatever she happens to be selling there.
Okay.
He hands you the token. So you have a token that in a week and a half, you can get into the Red Alchemist's show.
I feel like one of our friends might not be excited about us bidding on the...
True, but Colin is out for revenge, and you now have a way to get into...
Oh, I forgot she was in for revenge.
Yeah, she's an experiment that broke out of the Red Alchemist's labs, so there's multiple ways you could play that.
There's a lot of layers here.
You're welcome. He's going to be in there for hours. Betsy can take you on a whole tour of this place. There's a little bone saddle that I stitched in on the back. Just hold on.
How
You
cute.
guys should totally go. Explore the rest of the dungeon that we never ever saw.
This is the point in the cartoon where we would cut from Miles furiously signing Erasmus the Thin to the two of you.
Yep. I feel like I know I'm supposed to be going more towards the heroic and
That's right. You guys
kind.
are heroes. The title of the show is clearly Heroes on the Edge of Desolation.
But I also really just want to find something in there that as I'm signing paperwork, oh, this thing got delivered.
Oh, so you're looking for
Something that I could have delivered, but I'd snag that wouldn't get me in hella trouble with the guild.
Okay, well, none of it's not going to get you in hell trouble with the guild when they find out. But if you would like to give me do you have a thievery background?
I would say rival temple infiltrator, but just because I would go in, steal things, and
Perfect. Give me a that plus intelligence plus level.
D20 or just
D20 plus intelligence plus level. Yep.
So that will be a 26.
26. So you want something out of here that you want to be able to steal.
Or I know there's a bunch of crates up top.
All right, roll a D10 for me.
That work. I rolled a 5.
You rolled a 5. So you definitely see that on the list of on one of the manifests, it describes an ebony box with golden elvish script on it that kind of protects what's inside from breaking down. You see that box here. It's only about that big.
Okay.
Roll a d4 for me.
3.
All right. So inside, or according to the manifest, there are 3 runes in there. Now, what runes are, they're a mechanical effect here in the game. You can apply them on an armor, or a weapon, or an implement. So an implement is like your stick or your wand. They, for one fight, make them a +1 weapon, and you roll a d100, and it gives them an additional effect. They're basically fragments of creation that never really solidified, and so they have a very almost chaotic magic sort of effect on whatever they're applied to. So if you apply it to a weapon, it increases the damage and the to hit. If you apply it to your armor, it increases your AC. If you apply it to your implement, it gives you a +1 to hit and damage with spells. And those will stack.
Okay.
So, not with each other, but...
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool, thanks.
All right. All right, so after a couple of hours, you guys have explored Van Sefan Keep. It is really kind of a dreary place. Like, the keep is in ruins, but it looks like once the Great Drainer was slain, most of the factions that she had brought together either started infighting amongst themselves or just sort of weren't bound by her will anymore and kind of skittered off into tunnels in the darkness. But several hours later, you are done writing Erasmus the Thin on like 700 sheets of paper.
Nice.
Which also took you a lot of time to pick back up. And you guys, Betsy deposits you back in front of the room. Dum, 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 dum.
So cute.
All right. Shall we adjourn to the outside world and maybe head back to town?
Can I first speak to my gauntlet?
Oh, yeah.
That sounds scary.
You can do that on the way back.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
Hear me
Sure.
out.
Sure can.
Perhaps the Great Drainer is a monster.
She was.
Could I use my other Red Optimist to maybe gain wisdom from people who created this monster drainer lady?
You could definitely use it as you go through the dungeons to kind of pick up what was going on here. And
So we have to go back in?
No. You've been traveling around.
Like, while you've been traveling around, you've started to pick up things.
Oh, okay. Let me use it then. This
All
was
right.
a 5.
All right, so this one's a 5. Okay. All right.
Fun stuff.
All right, so
That's
as you
gonna
guys are
happen.
going through, why you definitely start noticing sort of a repeating symbol of that scorpion kind of like coiled around itself.
Yeah.
And you know that the scorpion, as you kind of you hit different parts of the dungeons where whoever this Van Sefan family was, they recorded their battle against the Scorpion Legions on like friezes and murals in the walls. And so, as you kind of are putting this together, it seems that a couple ages ago, like a warlord arose and created this Legion of the Scorpion, and it looks like they burned cities. They just kind of spread over, and you see the continent. I don't know if has Y seen maps of the continent?
Oh, definitely, because she is for sure a mercenary to outlying cities.
Okay, so yeah. But you see, like, to the south where the great deserts are, like, the desolates are kind of the steppes on the outer edge of the desert that kind of turn into the great wastes. You can see that, like, further below, there's, like, more lands. And according to these murals, this Legion of the Scorpions took over the entirety of the area. And it looks like the final battle, while the army was defeated here, you can see that the keep or the central, there was 2 battles that ended the reign of the Legion of the Scorpion. There was the fight versus the army, which occurred in this area. And maybe is the reason that the land to the south is, a desolate waste. You kind of get the feeling that something happened around this time and the magics kind of drained the life out of the area. But you do know, and you kind of think you could find it, that in the middle of the Desolates, that's the keep, where whoever this general was, whoever this warlord was, that a small group linked somehow to this Van Sefan family went and dealt with them. And so as you kind of are going through, you're like, wait a second. You're a mercenary to the outlying lands. You spend an icon token. You're pretty sure, you'd have to go back to Druthan and ask around, but you're pretty sure that keep has a name. And then if someone's trying to bring back the Legion of the Scorpion, they're probably also trying to bring the general back.
And I bet that's where her spider. Wait, no, our other friend, Colin.
Trip and Colin.
Or it could be where the people that I saw in the tunnel scurrying away were running off to.
I want to tell him everything I know.
Okay.
And politely suggest that that's where we should go.
What about our date with the Red Alchemist?
That's in the city.
That's in the city.
So we go to the city, find out more information about this place where the general is, and then, boom, buy a monster to take us there.
Buy a monster to take.
That could work. Or hope that we get an in with the Guild of Falling Leaves. That would be easier.
Oh, and we could take them with us.
Yep.
Yes. Okay, to the city we go.
All right. So you guys are headed back to the city. Along the way, we will see if you meet up with Trip and Colin and Darul next week. But what we're going to end with tonight is the level up to level 2. So congratulations on leveling up to level 2. So whatever your 2 advancements are from last time, you won't do them again. You will just go up to level 2. Seeing as this is the first time we've leveled up on the game, I thought we would take some time to kind of walk through the leveling up for our viewers, for you guys. So what you're going to want to do is find at the start of your class, there is that big chart that tells you what you get each level. Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, no problem.
I saw it.
It was, yeah, anyway.
So I'm going to pull up 13 True Ways here. So what you'll see is you're just going to follow the line across, if that makes sense. So the first thing you're going to do is wait for your PDF to load.
Or have your DM printed for you.
Or have your DM printed for you. So if you haven't already upgraded your hit points, recalculate your hit points. You're going to get an extra feat, which some of you have already taken your feat for level 2. I think you took your feat. That's why you got the extra Iconic War. You may get additional spells that you can cast. You may get additional abilities. And then last but not least, you need to go through and increase all of your defenses by 1. So your AC goes up by 1, your PD goes up by 1, your MD goes up by 1. You have, when you heal, when you spend a recovery, instead of rolling 1d6, you're going to roll 2d6. Each recovery is now worth a little more. And your attacks will all go up by 1. So, any questions about that?
So
That was helpful.
I think that I did this wrong before because my hit points are exactly the same.
Well, so you took it up. Because when you did your incremental advance, your halfway level up, I think you took hit points and a feat, which is why you had the hit points for level 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like for me, I took the hit points and...
The skill increase.
Yes, the skill increase. But I didn't know it applied to my defenses.
No, it doesn't. Now it'll apply to your defenses.
Okay.
You don't get that bonus until you actually hit level 2.
Okay.
So what did you guys think of the first adventure? This delve into Van Sefan Keep. Did you enjoy it?
Yes.
Yeah? Enjoying 13th Age?
Yeah. I like the fact that... I mean, it's a little more complicated to, like, figure out how much damage I do, but now that I have that down, it seems pretty self-explanatory.
Well, and that's a good point. Now when you make melee or ranged attacks, not spells, but your physical attacks, you do 2 dice of damage instead of just 1. So, like, your fist will now do 2d10 damage.
For, like, my poison mask that I have now, would that also be an extra D, or is that...
No, when you get to champion level, it'll increase to 2d4.
Okay.
So, I think that was all I was going to say. What about you, Shawnee? Are you enjoying 13th Age?
Yeah, I really like how, like, even with my character, everything's, like, random and stuff, but I can add, like, a lot of my character's influence onto it. So it's like, even though, like, the spell is technically, like, the tentacle spell, it's like, you should rename it, so I can rename it and make it kind of anything that I want it to be. Like, I love that. Like my Ray of Sunshine, which is so cute.
So I will provide a little card for you when we play next, so that you can have Orion, like, what he can do on a turn for you.
Really? He
Are we
gets
gonna
to stay with me?
Yeah, I was gonna say we get to keep Orion.
At least for now. there may come a point where Orion has to go back, but at least for this point, he has hitched his star to your group.
Aw.
I don't know if I wipe him up.
I was gonna say it's probably because you were laying down the moves, trying to get him to
He's
stay
so
with
cute.
you.
He's everything I want. My character.
I was gonna say.
So, that has been 13th Age Heroes of At the Edge of Desolation. We will be back in 2 weeks. We are taking the week off for Thanksgiving. So we will be back the week after Thanksgiving for an all-new episode. We'll be running a rerun next week. Thank you guys for playing. I'm really enjoying running this game for you all. And when we come back, we will see what the group finds in Druthan about this mysterious keep out in the Desolates, and possibly what kind of monster do they attempt to buy in the lair of the Red Alchemist. So just so you guys know, and we'll give you a little sneak peek for next time, what we're going to do with the keep is we're going to run what is called a dirty dungeon. Whereas you guys go out to try and find information about this keep, you will be coming up with the rumors that you have heard about this keep. And I will take all of those rumors and I will build the keep if you end up going that way. It kind of comes from the idea that in Raiders of the Lost Ark, right? Indiana Jones already knows where the traps are because he's done his research.
Interesting.
The idea is that many people might have tried to go to this place. And they've tried to... They've gone in and they've kind of come out and they've brought back stories about, Rorge, the fighter who definitely duffed it in this trap right inside the door. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of do a what did you guys discover, and I'll explain how those mechanics will work for you if you ever go to this place. But if that's where you guys decide to go, we're going to run the research portion as kind of a fun narrative. What do you guys hear that's in this place? So that's what we're going to be doing when we come back. Again, we're off next week. Tune in for a rerun if you've missed it. And then in the first week of December, we will be back with more iconic production, Heroes on the Edge of Desolation. Thank you for tuning in. Tomorrow night, we are running Torg, our Eternity Shards game, so tune in for that if you have it. Who knows what that group's up to? They found a map in a sarcophagus and are currently attempting to stop the nefarious plans of Dr. Mobius. So tune in tomorrow for that game, and thank you all for watching. Thank you all for playing.
Thank you.
Thank you for DM.
Well, you are most welcome. I'm JM.